Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, our Patriot Bald Eagle. If you have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee or whatever beverage you deem necessary, go ahead and do that now, as this will be a lengthy discussion. Ready? Okay. Here we go. And here we go. Guys, I'll tell you what. I've had a couple days to kind of think things over with everything that's happened over this last weekend. As in the recording today is June 23rd, 2025. Just for point of reference, we've gotten through the weekend. Maybe barely. Everybody, I'm sure, knows what has been going on. I'm not going to discuss the events, but from events that have kind of unfolded over the last couple days, we are going to continue the message. Stock up on the sales as you see them. I will never encourage panic buying, but I wanted to kind of discuss some of the things that I've seen just in the last 24 hours in some of the stores. And I thought that we better talk about this when I was at Walmart. Most of you guys saw that video this morning. Thank you all for tuning in. When I saw the great value canned chicken, that even during the times of a few years ago, they were always very plentiful with that. And it could just been ironic, or maybe just with the prices going up on different things. A lot of people are becoming more wise to the fact that, hey, let me go ahead and get this now before some of these prices skyrocket. I commend you. But yeah, it was a little crazy seeing that. I didn't really go over it in the video at Walmart, where I was trying to go over a lot of the different things that we saw go up in price. As I was editing the video, I kind of noticed how many things were actually missing. Especially a lot of canned goods. If you notice, like in a different couple scenes where we had gone over the different canned chicken or lack thereof, there were a lot of things kind of missing that were pretty plentiful there before. Well, people are getting hip. People are getting hip to the fact that, hey, prices are going up on these things, or they claim they're going to on certain items. Might be a good idea to go ahead and stock up on some of these. But again, never encourage... I smart buy. We talk about smart buying on this channel. If you buy a little bit here and there, and if you stock up on sales of the things you need in the future, well then, that's not panic buying at all. But I could see where things could maybe get a little out of control when events that have happened like over the weekend. Okay, with things that are out of our control, in an already world that is struggling economically, and a lot of families struggling to put food on the table, right? This seems like it could possibly be something to make that even harder. So this is basically another Dano public service announcement that, hey, we cover a lot of the different prices in the grocery stores to help you and us save money. And the mission continues and will continue throughout, because these are some trying times, guys. These are some times that are uncertain. We always talk about uncertainties, not knowing things, and the not knowing is the knowing that we need to be prepared. We need to make sure that we are preparing for whatever future comes. In this video, I am just going to I'm going to talk about a lot of the different food and stuff, as that's mostly what we cover on the channel. But let me be clear. It might be a good idea to stock up on other things as well. Different supplies. Supplies that I won't discuss in this video, maybe future videos, but cleaning supplies, kitchen stuff, things like this. We've been hearing that a lot of these products are going to be going up at Dollar Tree. A lot of cleaning supplies, stuff like that. We've covered that before. And, you know, I don't want to sound like a broken record here, but it's like every time we think that something is kind of... I don't even want to say where things have kind of like leveled off, because they haven't. Every time we think they've leveled off, well, then we have another rise in price increases, or there's different reasons why prices go up. The one thing that I kind of fear now is and you know, I mean, there's other things to you know, think about here, but I mean, gas prices are probably going to go through the roof. I'm not sure, but ours is already back up to $3.29 a gallon, and some people have been saying it's been going up higher than that around here. So we got to keep an eye on that. A lot of diesel prices have gone up to $3.69 a gallon. Some states, Some of our viewers have said, I've seen $4.33 a gallon, and a lot higher prices on diesel. That's going to ultimately cause prices to go up, guys. Just like we said, well over a month, like 2 months ago. We've been talking about this the life of the channel here, but I mean, as we go along, there are trends and things that happen that create a domino effect that are going to create everything to go up in price again. Now, we noticed some of this stuff last summer, not as much as we did a couple summers ago, but here we are in the same position, pretty much, right? I mean, yeah, what happened over the weekend is, I don't know. We'll have to play it by ear on that. And I know you guys have left a lot of comments. I'm sure you guys want me to talk about some of these things. I am just going to cover the things that we always cover on the channel here. And that is, you want to make sure you're smart buying some of the different products in the stores while the prices are what they are. Now, even a couple years ago, when products were disappearing off the shelves, a lot of us were talking about on the channel here that, you know what, they have it, get it while they have it, don't worry so much about the price, right? Well, a lot of us have to worry about the price, and that is why I'm here. That is why I try to take the things that everybody is talking about in the comment section and try to go over some of those things while we're visiting some of the different stores around the city and beyond, because I plan on visiting some stores outside of the city here just to kind of look around. I won't say where I'm going, but I do have some other things planned. It's not going to be far. It'll be within the tri-state here of like Kentucky and Indiana and some places north of Cincinnati. I can't go too far and be able to do these videos every day. It's just not very time efficient, right? I have to be able to get back to my workspace and do the videos. Like when me and Jessica travel places, those are usually a day or two behind because obviously I don't have the kind of workstation that I do on the road as I do here. But anyway, back to the subject matter at hand here. We're going to be seeing less and less deals. There's going to be less and less sales. When we're seeing less and less sales at places like Kroger or Meijer, and they've really stepped up to the plate lately, but I'll tell you what, it's not going to be long before catch-up is played off with them too. Now, I know Kroger has claimed that they are lowering prices on over 1,000 items. They literally have that written out on the store. However, some of you have chimed in on how your Kroger is going to be closing here. So I heard that Kroger is closing 60 stores here within, I guess, the next year. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, I don't know much into that. I read a little bit, but a couple of you have even chimed in saying that your Kroger store is going to be closing, and that is not good. Mostly because Kroger, like we've always said on the channel, is one of the most expensive stores to shop at, but it's one where you can save the most money because they have the best deals. They have the best sales on a week-to-week basis. If what you like isn't on sale at Kroger, give it another week or two, and it will be. Not guaranteed. I mean, there's some things that just don't go on sale anywhere. But, it's like, and this is where I can see a lot of people like shopping at Walmart, because Walmart, at least if it's not on sale there, it is going to be a little cheaper than most stores, as that is what they claim their true minimum price is keeping the prices a little lower on the regular price basis of what most, if not all, stores have. Now, that's just grocery. Walmart in the outer aisles of clothes and automotive, and, that's been proven time after time, that is the cheapest anywhere, right? Went to Aldi today. Not going to spoil anything. I felt kind of silly. Our Aldi has done all of the price drops. I'm not going to spoil anything other than I was like kind of confused throughout the store because of the way they did it. Because of the way they did the price drops this year, it's on a lot of products that were not on price drops last summer. And I'll leave it at that. I do feel a little silly and embarrassed in that video, but I will let you guys catch the laugh in it as we go along in that. But there are some good deals. That's why I'm talking about this right now, because there are a lot of good deals at Aldi. A lot of price drops, okay, but really, they really make it look like an extended Aldi Saver deal. It's basically an Aldi Saver deal that's going to last a couple months. I guess that's why I was a little confused. But anyway, You know, with the events that have happened over this last weekend, guys, this is just adding more fuel to the fire. And I think it's a good idea, at least for me and Jessica. We are moving around some of our stocks. We are making sure. Now, we do this on a monthly basis. I'll move different things around, make sure that our latest dates or our earliest, best if used by dates are pulled forward. Making sure that we're cycling through some of these. That way, when we find the deals, and this is why I talk about like Sam's Club and Costco a lot, because this is good bulk buying that is good to have in a stack case, right? Like if you have a big thing of canned green beans or something, well, you have the date there on the front. All of them are going to be on the date. You don't even have to open that box, making it easily stackable if you're smart buying and making sure that those things are always pulled forward. Now, if you're limited on space, there are all kinds of different ideas that we use with different bins, different places that we can put things, because we've always been limited on space. But these are times where it's like, look, when I do the math on what I save at like Sam, and me and Jessica are just two people. I know a lot of you guys out there have said, well, me and my wife or me and my husband, we're just two people. We don't find that it's price, you do you, okay? I know a lot of people think that it's not worth it. But when you really do the math, even if you watch one of our videos, and really, our videos are only 25 to 30 minutes long anytime I go into any big box store, because I don't want to bore myself and I don't want to bore you guys, because if I bore myself, I'm going to bore you as well. Okay, that's why we try to do multiple videos on multiple different things. But I will say that you need to go into Sam's Club or Costco and you need to look around. You need to look around on the things that you buy all the time on an every week or every day basis, and see how much you're going to really be saving on those products. Yes, coffee prices have gotten ridiculous at Sam's Club and Costco, but they've gotten ridiculous everywhere. And if coffee prices go down in some major supermarkets, they will come down in some of these big box stores. I don't know for sure, right? But they will, because the competition, they're not going to sell any coffee if you're getting at Kroger's again for $10 or $11 for 25.9 ounces of Folgers Classic Roast. But when you compare, that is now $14.99 at Kroger, and for a few pennies less than that, you're getting 43.5 ounces at Sam's Club. That's pretty much a no-brainer. 25.9 ounces for $14.99 regular price at Kroger, or $14.68 or something at Sam's Club for the Classic Roast. I think it's $14.68. It's under $15 for 43.5 ounces. So that's going to be the better deal. And depending on how much you drink coffee, or if you just are stocking up on a lot of it, you're going to save a fortune on that. If you use Coffee Mate by Nestle is, I don't know how many servings, but it's nearly double what you're going to get in a normal, like in a regular supermarket or grocery store. Kroger regular price on Nestle Coffee Mate for about half the size, is $7.79. $7.98 at Sam's Club, you get nearly double. And obviously there's a lot of other things where you're going to save an absolute fortune at Sam's. Things like meat, beef, stuff like that may not be that's expensive everywhere right now. Still cheaper than what it is at Meijer, Kroger, even Walmart. And it's like these kind of things we all need to know, so that even if you don't have a membership to Sam's or Costco, chances are you probably have a friend or family member who does. Go with them. Go with them and check it out. Because I could find reasons, even if it was just me, even if I was just a single person, I know I would still save an absolute fortune in the long run. Because you got to think in the long run at like Costco or Sam's Club. You got to spend a little more now to save here, right? I understand everybody can't afford to do that. It's not within the means of everybody's budget to be able to shop that way. But for those of you who can, it's a very smart way to save a lot of money. Me and Jessica save a fortune at Sam's Club. Not as much Costco. We stay with Costco because I like Costco, but it is kind of far away. With traffic, it's an hour drive, maybe a little less. mostly on the way home. Traffic coming up 75 North is ridiculous. I don't even know why. There's no construction or anything. It's just, I don't know, more population growing. But anyway, guys, I'm kind of drifting away from the main subject matter. But all of these things are leading up to higher prices in the grocery stores and higher prices all around. We know that with different things going up, we're expecting cars to go up in price. We're expecting housing to go up in price again. All these different things. Interest rates are most likely going to go up again. And they're already higher than they should be. But anyway, again, this is just, like I said, not going to go into the events that happened over the weekend. It just, and I'm not saying whether it's good or bad or any of that, but it is something that we have to think about. We got to kind of keep our eyes open. We need to make sure that we are looking after our friends and our family, our neighbors. We make sure that we're a little more prepared today than we were yesterday. Right? Another thing too, guys, it is brutally hot outside. If you are anywhere in the Cincinnati area, it is 95 degrees out there right now and as humid as Orlando, Florida. Jessica seems to think Orlando is still a little more humid. It might be, but I'll tell you what, at this temperature, you cannot really tell the difference. It is absolutely ridiculous. We are loaded down on water. We have water going up the wall. I mean, it's just water everywhere. And that's another way you can save a little bit at Sam's Club. The water, I know 40 packs of Ice Mountain are just under $7. I think. The last time I checked they were. But that's still the best deal around. Pretty much the same price at Walmart for 35 pack of water. So, anyway, the 16.9 ounce bottles. I know Ice Mountain at Walmart, the last time I checked, it's $6.98, I think it was. But it's been a long time. And the last time I checked at Sam's Club, I actually saw it come back down to $6.64 for the 40 pack. I don't know if it's still that price. It's been a while since I've checked. But it was at $6.98 and then that came back down. So hopefully it's still there. Not really 100%. But yeah, very hot out, guys. Think of, maybe getting some Gatorade. When we're out traveling around, we'll have those little liquid IV packs. Those really do help. Although, sometimes I feel like it's just better drinking water. That's just me. If you're really dehydrated, though, and you're out there and you don't have a choice, might be a good idea to drink one of those and then have an extra water on the side. When you guys see me out and about doing the different festivals and fairs and theme parks and stuff, I got my bag. I got the 2 water things on the side. I got the 2 water things that I got where I can carry those that are frozen, that literally melt within, an hour of being out in the 90 degrees. So it's a good idea to freeze your water and all that stuff too. So all the things that we're talking about right now, make sure you are looking after that too, because it has been very hot. It's been an absolute scorcher. And just make sure you're thinking about that as well. I've got this thing going in my head here. So down the street, I noticed that there were a few people that were sitting outside the other day, and they were sitting on the ground, and I got home and I ran down a few waters to them. It turned out they were just fine. They were just sitting outside or whatever, but I didn't know. I was like, I need to make sure, because it was 90-something degrees outside, and I just wanted to make sure they were, okay and didn't need water. They didn't have water, though. They didn't have any water, so they were very happy to accept the water I gave. Very thankful, very appreciative and everything. They were just hanging out. But, it's something we need to think about, guys. If you see your neighbor or a friend or family that's outside walking around or even just doing the lawn, it doesn't take long before something could hit you, right? The weather can hit you, and you don't want to have a heat stroke or something like that. That can happen very easily in this kind of weather. So anyway, guys, that is it for the coffee rant tonight. I will have updates on things as we go along in the future, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, as it does help spread our videos out all around the world, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.